All right, folks, welcome back to a special edition of Cape Ann Today. Heather and I are joined by Svitlana Rozgon. She's the owner of Atelier Cape Ann. It's a bridal shop based in Salem now. She had been in Gloucester for a while. This is where I got to know her years ago, and we become good friends. Svitlana is also from Ukraine and has been helping in the effort there to supply the folks there with things that they need. So we want to get into that. So Svitlana, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me. That it's very nice.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for that opportunity to talk to, because I came to US in 2014, and this is what the situation happens in Donbass area. And I was not, I didn't like it happens when I already moved, but my family is still there. Everyone's there. My mom has visa, but she doesn't want to go anywhere. My father's there, my brother, my cousins, and everyone wants to fight. They don't want to sit home. Everyone try to help as much as they can.
Svitlana, did you say you're from the Donbass region?
No, Dnipro.
Oh, okay.
So they still okay. They don't have as damage as different places, but it's you never can tell right now that it's okay. It's not okay. It's nothing there okay.
You just returned from Romania just yesterday. Did you want to tell us why you went and what you were trying to achieve?
So when this situation happens in Ukraine, I didn't sleep well. I saw all the time on the news what is going on. I call my family every day, several times a day. You see it like on the some channels like WhatsApp. It's in the Telegram canal. I always watching news, and if it's like Dnipro alarm, I'm like calling like, "Wait, are you going to hide? Like, go to basement, please go."
Yeah.
And they like, oh, that alarm. Sometimes they just put it in general, not in one like directly in that city, but in all region. Sometimes it didn't happen anything directly on that place, but I still not, just go to be safe and stay somewhere else. Yeah, so this is why I decided to go, because everyone doing what they can. And I decide on this situation, the more important things what guys need there, it's bulletproof vest. And I contact people who I know in Dnipro and in different places, because my people who is making wedding dresses, and we make a decision to make a bulletproof vest in Ukraine. We're not allowed to take stuff much from US without license, but we can take materials and we can make our own. It's fine. Like I can tell like 1,000 bulletproof vests will make like then probably this week, and it's good.
So the women who were making wedding dresses for you are now making bulletproof vests, and you brought these to Romania to pass over the border?
I brought materials. I didn't brought I brought some materials. I have, like, if you see on my Facebook, you can see pictures. We brought 6 big bags. So some of them it's from non-profit organization medical supplies it's backpacks with medical supplies inside. They have everything just for the first aid, for the like frontline in the hospitals, what they really asking. And we try to work directly what these people need at this moment, because the needs changing every day. Like I deliver to my family several gas masks, because right now everyone learning how to survive and do things for the gas attack. Because we have it's not great experience. It's very bad for Syrian. We know how it happens there, and now people learn from that bad things, and we try to save as many people as possible. And I'm alarmed all the time. I'm talking everyone like, hey, read this, do this, prepare, and if it's not happens, it's okay. I at least I will did something to. And on the beginning of the war, nobody believes that it really happens. Never happened. Like they're like, really, war with Russia? It's something not. It's like nightmare, but it is real now, and people really killed, and they getting tortured, and they getting raped woman, whom I know the people who really killed on the street just because it's not my friends, but friends of the friends. And they really killed just because they're there. They worsened than Hitler's people, the Germans were. It's now in my brain, everything changed for this. Like when I came to US, I will just a little my history classes. I grew up in Dnipro in Ukraine, and we learn in the history classes that how great Soviet Union army was. And never in my life I heard how much US helped for that second war. I didn't have. Everything was just about how great Soviet Union and how great soldiers there. But then I hear, when I start learning my own and reading history books here, I was like, really? Why they never did? Because it's all propaganda was, and right now the Russians still continue staying on that way, and they try to fool everyone how great they are. But in reality, that is a boy, 18, 19, 20 years old. They just, without understanding where they're going, what they're doing, but they like animals.
Oh, so Lana, we lost.
Sorry.
Oh, there you go. You're back. It's okay.
No.
No, we got everything.
I'm here.
Yeah. So Svitlana, so as
so-
far as you know, so far, like your family and friends are okay, but how near to any fighting have they been so far?
In Dnipro, just the guys going to fight. It's not in Dnipro. They go and fight to Donetsk region near the Kharkiv, and some of them go in south near Zaporizhia.
Mhm.
For my family, I able finally. They didn't go, like they didn't want to go, but I finally asked them, and they left. The mother with kids, from my brother, my niece, they already in Poland. And this is what another reason what I plan to go to Romania is because I want to help them to find the real like places, because they don't know English, but I like, okay, I will go, I will find you some place to stay. And they don't want to go far, they said like, oh, it will be like one maybe months and we come back home, but it's already months. And that soldiers who I know, they already months in that field. They're not allowed to have fire, because if they can see them, it's another thing. It's need to be very careful what I'm telling right now, because it's, if I tell them too much, that people can get
Right.
But
yeah, put
yes,
clues
we
together.
need to be careful, but I know how to help them. I found the people who volunteer in the countries like Romania, like Poland, and my friends, my like non-profit organization who I'm working with also in Sunflower Peace. They doing just direct help, like Sunflower Peace doing more medical things, but people who I am helping try to, it's friends of my friends, for example, or teachers who I worked with before, and they volunteer and deliver. It's not safe. I'm telling you, it's not safe to go the places where like fight going on, but they need supplies, they need food, they need clothes. It's somebody need to do that, Civilians like kids and mother need to go closer to the border or as far as possible, but that it's very hard. It's my heart is painful all the time, and I cannot stop thinking all these plans in my head. It's like what I can do more.
Right. So Savannah, let's talk about what happened here back in Massachusetts and Salem and Boston. Like, who were you working with here to help put an effort together? Is there like a large Ukrainian community here? Has the local Russian community reached out at all? Have you worked with them?
I have several Russian friends, and they just, because they left Russia a long time ago because they was not happy there, and they knew it's before the war, and they very nice people, and they also support Ukraine, and they are, some of them it's here in the US already. That it's how I met some of them. Large community, I cannot tell that it's large community, but when we were on the Boston protest to close the sky. It was so many people, and it was Belarusians, it was the Lithuanians, it's many different nationalities. And Americans as well. So it was huge protest. We didn't do a lot because I don't see how our American government helping to close the sky. That is the more important, because, like, for example, I tell you statistic in Syria, they bombed like 100 bombs for the whole period. Right? In Ukraine, they did more than 1,000 already for then 1 month. And if its situation will continue, people will not have houses at all. Just how you can come back and you don't have any place to stay. That's
everything's gone. Yeah.
It's on the places, yes, but if it's continue like that, it will be worse. Just my mom, it's like she's like, oh, I still okay. She's fine. Like, I'm fine. Like, no, you're not fine. I don't want situation but you really need to go somewhere else. And she tried to help as well. At least, like, she's growing her own food. She's prepared for the season, spring come, and Ukraine produce a lot of wheat, like the bread production. It's like the biggest, and if it's many means around, they're not able to do anything. Just and all that bombing.
Yeah,
it's hard.
I had read that is a big issue, right? That the preparing for spring and the growing food again, which is so important in Ukraine, won't happen this year, and that alone will be devastating, right?
Yeah, it's affect everyone in the world. It's not just Ukrainian problem. It's now problem for everyone. You guys already see the situation with gas. It's not just and I also read the article in New York Times. They explain what is Putin playing. In Ukraine, they found a lot of natural gas and that it's what is another reason I think that it happens. He wants control world situation with natural gas. He wants to sell more gas and control the prices, and that is his point. This is why he's in Ukraine, I think. It's not just territory, it's in pretend like NATO something to do him. It's not. He just wants more land because it is natural gas there and another thing. And also the Black Sea, he wants to be on the port, to have a port and sell stuff, and that is his big point, to be a biggest country in the world. And but in reality, it's, I don't know, it's just the people live poorly, and the top leaders only live how the king lives, just that way.
So you are helping to supply the Ukrainian army, then that's where you're really sending a lot of these supplies because they need these things on the front lines, right?
Yes, I know that people, and I want to help exactly like directly to people who I know. I don't want just send like money for somebody, like wherever they can go and you don't know what it happens. So we organize the checking point. So for example, I deliver my bags and I tell them what it is, how much there, and they do the check-in, they do pictures, and other volunteers, they have name and phone numbers, and that is delivered exactly where I tell to deliver. And they also, on the end, I receive the pictures, what delivered, how much stuff delivered. And that is like the big, like, I think it's the right way, because Americans who is giving me money, for example, for what I did deliver stuff before, and they want to know where it's go and how I spend all that money, that it just report what people can see. Yes, I am not put in my pocket. I doing it for the people who need stuff, and it's help them to survive on this moment. Right. Like I know, like the last, since what I talked to my friends, teachers, so they asking me to get for the spring and summer some shoes. They need boots that what is really soldiers need to change. And, right now it's a lot of rain. They need rain jacket because the season is coming, and this is what they need right now. Clothes, what is for the season, and they need to change. They live on the field 1 month. And if it will be continue like that, it's like they get, and at least I can do something. It's a little point just to help them.
All right. So Svitlana, you have an Amazon wish list that we'll share that link to. So what are some of the things on the wish list, and how are that helping people? Like how can folks here help out?
Because I check exactly sizes for people who is fighting there, and all that clothes, because I know the sizes already. I counted how much what things need. So then I collect that and I will ship to, or send, or I will go myself again if it's needed. It's not the point how we find a way. It just need to be collect stuff and then we deliver it. We have so many people, volunteers, who offer to help.
Amazing.
And how about, Svitlana, you said your brother and his family is in Poland. Are they in a refugee camp? Do people need supplies?
No, my brother's still in Dnipro.
I'm sorry.
He's doing his things, because men's right now not allowed. They're going to fight.
Right.
Every guys need to fight, and what they can do, like some handy guys making, like, I don't know, part of the bulletproof vest, for example, metal plates. Some people doing what they can on their field, and that it's okay, because everyone, they have skills, and that skills very useful right now.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother, wife, and my niece right now in Poland. Okay. And that it's like I push them a lot to go, but they stay. They left probably, I don't remember. It is even not months yet, okay. But they afraid to go. And the service was by train, and they left. It was direct evacuation train from Dnipro to Poland.
Mm-hmm. So are there camps set up? Where are people going when they arrive in Poland?
They have a camp, but honestly, to stay there long time, it's not possible. Mm-hmm. Because, like, for example, you have a mall and put on the mall the inflatable mattresses or the blankets or whatever, but people cannot live like that. They need showers, they need food, they get in food, but it's not the same it's not comfortable to stay long period of time. So they have a place. Some people offering like places, like my niece in one place near Warsaw, another my cousins in another place. She has 2 kids. Another my cousin just near the border with kids. They don't want to leave. And on what happens, it's just another story. My cousin, she wrote a paper proof like that I will be a legal guardian for the child if something happens to her. One day I get up and I look in, what you sent me picture of your passport. Why? I don't understand. And then I see that letter. I just crying all morning. My day was like, and she decided to come back to Dnipro to stay with her husband, and child was with our friend. But if something need to be done, I need to go to the border and get my niece Katya, who like to cross the border with just me will be a legal person who able to bring her abroad. And it's like I start talking to her. Don't do that. I understand you love your husband. You need to fight for your country, but that it's not the way. You cannot leave your child. How much I love her. It's not the same as mother. In this moment, so they decide like, okay, she stay near the border. They don't want to go. They hope it will stop everything and she come back with her child back home. It's hard to tell all that, but
It's so hard.
I don't want that. I don't want,
Mhm.
you know, I don't want to take care and cry every day if something happens to them.
Yeah. So Svitlana, we've heard a lot about the bravery of Ukrainian people. In
Yeah.
your conversations with friends and family back home, how are they feeling now? You know, are they feeling
Oh,
even?
they pissed that it's like, Russians, it's like, it's not people anymore. It's worse than animals, all that facts, what you see pictures in real world, you see news and people showing all that all the time on the line, what they doing to, like, really, how it can happens in 21st century. How people can be raped and like killed just on the street, even Germans didn't do. My grandma told me story when I was little. She told me that they live in the house and Germans came, they kick out them from the house and they live with animals on that barn, but they did not do them any hurt. It's a story from my grandma's. She has experience. They wanted to take you because she was pretty. She wants to take you to Germany to work on the factories and live there, but it didn't happen. They fake paper and they didn't took her. But Germans not the same as Russians. Russians worse. It's what I see, and it's future for them. It's not good for like whatever situation. Like I believe, like the war will stop soon, and with all that help, what people doing all around the world, and everyone at least doing something, it's helped a lot to save the country. And Ukrainians, I believe they will come back home and they will rebuild everything and they live happy forever.
Right.
That is what I believe.
So is there any sense of how Ukrainians think this will end? Is it there until the end of Putin, or do they expect to be occupied after, or have to?
My own wish, I want somebody kill Putin. That it will be the best thing right now, but who knows, it's I am not predict. I want just to stop this war. I want push Russians back home, and then we can talk something. And if it's how the politics will decide, I'm not politician. I want people to be safe. I want safe as many people as possible, because guys who is fighting there and woman who has own husband, they want to come back home. And for that situation, it's not good for anyone if people, wives, widows with kids around the world, it's not good for any country, no Europe, no US. Look, that people trying to escape whatever place possible, just Canada, like Europe, any place, because they want to be safe. That's all right now.
Hmm.
Do you have any sense of how your family and the friends are feeling about Zelensky and how he's managed things?
Oh, he is definitely like a hero, right? And he has sense what to do, and he is great leader on this position. He is doing very good job, and everyone understand that they can trust him, and he's doing right things for the country, because if he saves the country, that he saves the future. It's the same as the Americans patriots fight for their own land. You understand that, because you learned that. I learned that too when I just came. That it's historically already happens in US, and Ukraine's right now young country, and people wants to be free. They don't want anyone control them, and Russians, they not will be welcome in Ukraine. I think for a long period of time, maybe never. I don't know.
Okay. So we're going to share that link once again for the Amazon wish list so people can help directly. So I guess the question is the support that you have gotten and that you have seen locally and when you went to Europe. How does that make you feel? What could you just describe some of that for us?
I don't think I'm doing a lot. It's not enough. I still feel I can do more. If I need to go, I will do more. But I see big support. Like recently, my neighbors brought me macaroons, blue and yellow colors. It's like, really? It's like it's helped, me to feel better on this moment, and it's great to have all the people around who is really with open heart helping. And if they're able to do something more, I have people who offer me like, hey, we can ask Ukrainians family if they need, like it's like women and kids, but they're not allowed to come to US. It is not programmed yet for the Ukrainians to come visit.
Right.
And I know some of my friends who is also volunteering and help. They want to bring the brother wife, and they apply for the visitor visa, and they didn't get visa at all. So they not approve it because in US it's not considered as a family like closest. The parents, yes, but brothers, sisters, it's not priority. And I don't know why in embassy they don't let them people come legally and stay some period of time. Because I know, I believe some more of them, they just try to escape and stay, to pay places, maybe some in Europe, it's cheaper for them, just buy a ticket and stay with family in US. I will do that. I will take my relatives, my nieces to here to watch them or organize whatever, like a little camp here for the summer, and they can be safe. That it's my another idea, but I don't know how to do that yet. Yeah, so kids can be protected, safe. They don't see all that bombing and all of the stuff. And it will be much better for the future than the people who stay there and fighting and hiding on the basements and getting sick or whatever. Just
okay. Well,
yeah.
All right, Svitlana. So we appreciate all the time you've given us today. So we know how busy you are. We'll help out the best we can. And then when you're able to, we'd love to follow up with you sooner than later, just to give us updates and see how people can help further.
Yeah. So for the reason, because like with the non-profit organization, on first several days, we collected a lot of medical supplies and people able to bring medical supplies, but to ship all that stuff through like planes, and it costs more, like even like all that ibuprofen or that like pain medicine cost more if you just buy it somewhere else in Europe. So we make a decision that we buy just in the closest countries and send it, and it's cheaper than.
Okay.
So this, it's not because I need, like, I don't want to accept that, but it's like we thinking that it's medical supplies, what you buy in there, cheaper, and money on this point better to send volunteers and get their supplies and send it to Ukraine than it just send it something what is, if we don't able to get it in Europe, we can able to get it somewhere else in US. Yes, that it makes sense. The same is like boots. Right now, what I ask him, please buy that boot for guys, and they need that. It's need at least one pair extra because they getting wet and it's spring. It's neat for them, and rain jackets. It's very important to have and not get sick. That is my point. But if you want to reach me, anyone or everyone, like welcome. I'm also thinking about my wedding dresses. So I can tell me about my business.
Sure.
My ladies who is working and making my wedding dresses by order, so they still continue working and making wedding dresses for me. So that it's still okay. And I am just brought several orders to be, when they come back from Romania, they deliver me dresses up there. And my clients, okay, everyone who I promised dresses, everything will be done. But I'm thinking to sell dresses and make big sell and that money to spend for the supplies that I need to send to Ukraine, that it will be better help right now than just keep all that stock in my shop.
Gotcha.
Great,
Okay.
great.
All right, Svitlana, amazing stuff. I'm glad you're back safely. And I mean, I hope things change for the better sooner than later. This is insanity
I wish.
what's going on. And you can text me anytime you want. I just feel bad if I bug you in like a week or two, like, hey, what's going on? So don't let me do that to you, but I'd love to follow up. And so Heather and I can learn more about how we can help you too.
And we just love to keep following your family and find out how your nieces are doing and everyone. So stay in touch.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Interested in a sponsorship? Email sponsor@1623studios.org to learn more.